Welcome. We're coming to you live from the Results Operations Center here in Midrand. It's been a long day. It's been a couple of days that were very long. And we've come to the business end of things, almost 99 point nothing. That's left currently with all the VDs that have completed their voting. And sitting with us right now is a political party that's particularly happy. If anything, if the votes have anything to go by it, I'm joined by the leader of the Patriotic Alliance, Mr. Gayton Mckenzie. Gayton, welcome to Salam Media. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, I can see that big bright smile on your face. It tells a story. But before we get to that, let's chat a bit about the elections. How the IEC has ran this year's elections. We've had a lot of objections coming from different political parties. Patriotic Alliance also raising a few objections and concerns regarding the IEC and how they've run this year's elections. Your thoughts?
Well, I think the IEC was set up to fail, number one. I think the IEC did okay under the circumstances. I do think that they could have done better. I also think they could have done worse, which they didn't. So all I can say is that we are happy we are here.
Mm-hmm. And we are happy that there was an election that was ran like this. And if you guys are looking at the results, what picture does it paint, particularly a spike in the Western Cape? We've seen a big interest in the Patriotic Alliance. What was behind the campaign that brought you so much success in the Western Cape?
I don't think only it's in the Western Cape, but it is a case of the people worked very hard. The people of the PA, they work extremely hard. They worked around the clock. I mean, they worked harder than us, the leaders. They were on the floor. They were in the streets. They were just relentless. And this victory belongs to them.
Mm-hmm. And we're just watching the scenes right now. Former president of the ANC, President Zuma, just walked into the building. The MK party that you'd be interested in working with, looking at their ideologies. Do you feel they're aligned to the Patriotic Alliance? Because this year's election, a lot of people are saying they're going to be defined by coalitions, and they have. We've entered in the uncharted waters of coalitions at a much greater level, provincial and ultimately also national. What do you make of them?
Well, we see there's a big divide between MK and PA. Mm-hmm. I like Zuma as a person, but what we want to achieve is not the same. Mm-hmm. But doesn't mean we are not open to talks, and that's why it's called coalitions, because people have different views. Mm-hmm. People have different, and if you win outright, you can make demands. So we'll meet with everybody and we'll see what's best for the people that voted for us. Mm-hmm. We'll see what's best for South Africa.
Mm. And, sticking with coalitions again, there's been a lot of back and forth between the Patriotic Alliance and the Economic Freedom Fighters. Julius Malema earlier, he had a press conference. He was questioned about whether or not his open border policy could have contributed in how, they've done in this year's elections. And he said, if closing our borders and mass deportations were the answer, the Patriotic Alliance would have been number one in the national ballot when it comes to the people that have voted for them. How would you respond to that?
Well, you see, that's his opinion. If it wasn't that important, why did he come back a few days before the election and he said, we're not going to close the borders immediately? I just think he was just politicking. Mm. For us, it's an important thing. It's something we will not turn our backs on. Mm-hmm. It's something we'll fight for. It's something we'll achieve. And there's no retreat. There's no surrender.
Mm. And again, sticking with the EFF, you're working with them in Johannesburg. Do you see that relationship extending to other key areas where the Patriotic Alliance would be key, ultimately be a kingmaker and having the EFF part of that deal?
I say this begrudgingly. But one thing about the EFF, they're truthful when it comes to coalition agreements. Once you've agreed with something with them, they don't have the risk of turning tomorrow. Well, I can't say the same about the ANC.
Mhm.
The EFF are very clear. They drive a hard bargain, but once they've reached that bargain, you can depend that they are. I see them in the city of Joburg.
Mhm.
I saw them in Ekurhuleni. I see them in TWK, in Eisner. Can't say the same about ANC.
Mm. Speaking of the ANC, this is an observation. I was walking in here, you were by our booth here studio. We saw Mam Nomvola Mukonyane coming, greeting you, ultimately sweeping you away. Any kind of insights on what discussions were had?
Well, she just said they want to see us, they want to have a meeting with us. Yeah, when she grabbed me here.
Yeah.
She's like, the ANC would like to see you and whatever. And I said to her, the coalitions are not yet open. Our talks are not yet open. Because once we have the final result,
Mhm.
then our talks will be open.
All right. And Patriotic Alliance is heading to the National Assembly. You're going to Parliament. Just give us a plan if you have one already. I know it might be early days, but I'm sure at the back of your mind, while you were campaigning and while later on you could see the numbers coming in, you're like, hey, Cape Town, we're coming. And had an idea already of, what would have been your key major priorities that you're going to tackle going into Parliament.
I think for me, the first one would be, which is very serious, is the fact that our people have so many issues that needs to be ventilated in Parliament. And we must go take another mandate of the order of importance that they would want us to put the matters on. But we are very happy that we are sending 9 people. I saw Malema talk about 2. There's 9. Counting seems not a strong point.
And obviously, you'll be going to Parliament. Mr. Kenny Kunene, do you look into keeping him in Joburg, where he's been very, very impactful, or is
Yes.
it's a redeployment?
No, I'm removing him from the list. He's number 1 that must go to legislature.
Mhm.
Now he's not going to go there. He's going back to where he is now. He's
city
very
of Joburg.
impactful there. We'll get somebody that will go into that post.
Mhm.
So we're just very happy.
And just lastly, the issue of Palestine has come out very strongly. The Patriotic Alliance, not mincing their words on which line they stand on the current genocide, the ongoing genocide in Gaza. A lot of people saying probably, you could have garnered the colored Muslim vote in Cape Town and the Western Cape if you've leaned more in the side of Palestine and Gaza than the side that you decided to take. What's your response on that?
Let me start with it. It's not a political issue for us. It's not a political issue for us.
Mhm.
It is, for me, it's a spiritual issue.
All right.
My Bible commands me not to curse Israel. And I'm not going to curse Israel for votes.
Biblical Israel or modern day state.
That is your
established
opinion.
Israel.
Israel in the Bible, the reason why it's such a hotly contested area, if you go to Israel, everything that's in biblical Israel
Mhm.
is in modern day Israel. The tomb is there, the sea is there, the Red Sea is there. I saw those things. So whatever people want to say about biblical, whatever, it's the same Israel. In the graveyard is there. It says in the Bible that's where God will reappear. Now, I'm not going to come here and mince my words.
Mhm.
My religion does not permit me to curse Israel. The Muslim religion, I also have to respect the Holy Quran. That's why the Muslims in the PA are not being persecuted. That's why the Muslims in the PA are occupying big positions.
Okay. I think we're going to leave it here. International relations, a debate for another day. But we're here now. Congratulations on doing well, and good luck on Parliament.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
There you have it there. That was the leader of the Patriotic Alliance, Mr. Gayton Mckenzie. Very, very jovial, big smile on his face. And he's heading to Parliament. I'm sure he's gonna be sharing with us more of his plans, but key of his priorities there. He did mention. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue with our election broadcast. here on Salam Media. Goodbye.
Okay.